Alright, guys. In the last episode, we have finished a doghouse, and it is now populated. And we just finished centering our mob farm, and it looks so good. It's perfect. It's done. It's right where it needs to be. I may have gotten a bit carried away off camera, blocking up this warship, but it is a really difficult thing to translate onto camera, and there's not been too much talking going on, and when I do talk, I'm so focused on building, I say some of the dumbest stuff possible. So gonna be a shorter episode, but I'm really happy with how much progress we are showing. This is going to be a whole room with some black stained glass, maybe some tinted glass, and a whole captain's suite in there. And seeing it all blocked out has really helped me just see the final warship come into vision. So let's run all the way over to our lookout point. That is absolutely colossal, and that is exactly what I'm looking for. I might actually go halvesies on that top layer because I don't like how that is touching. And that's been the whole premise of blocking it out, to see what I like and what I don't like. Huge work in progress here, so we're gonna keep at it. But since we're down here, we might as well go ahead and make the outline in tough. I think that will add a really nice level, and when I render it into a map, it will actually start to look like the final product. Or several maps, because I'm pretty sure this is going to be more than one. Since this isn't done, we still have another couple spots to add on. We're just gonna come over here and do the exterior wall. I'm still one off. Are you kidding me? I am. Perfect. That is the dimensions of the ship. And even though it's not all filled in yet, I thought I was going to end up in the ocean there. I am super happy with this progress. I'm going to go ahead and move this down and do a little magic on the upper deck here, and I will be back. Alright. I am out of tough blocks. So that means I gotta go get more, but I think I am very happy with how this is turning out. As you can see, I lowered the top layer by half, approximately half. You cannot divide an odd number, 15. I went with 8, so 16 is half. So I am very happy with this. I'm making the extra top an outdoor deck. And then, as I said, that is going to be the command center of the ship. Going good so far. I'm going to go get that tough and come back and lay some more blocks. It's looking like a bit of a jumbled mess, but I actually see a lot of it coming to shape as I keep going. So I think this is a really good motivational project for me to really start diving in over the next couple episodes into really finishing this warship. Get wrecked. Alright. I have been a busy girl. I have went into my mine and found what has to be the biggest tough pocket I have seen in my life. And I went through pretty much my entire, if unbreaking 3 pickaxe, clearing it out. But we have plenty of tough to work with now, and we've got a good bit of the command center wireframed out, and I think I'm going to get a little bit carried away in this episode, and we're just going to make the command center. Yeah. I'm this far along into it, and I don't know how much of uploadable footage I've gotten, so yeah, welcome to episode 3, the command center. Let's get started. I'm excited. Right now, absolutely everything is going my way in this game, and I could not be more grateful for how smoothly everything is going, because it shows me I might actually have a series on my hands, and I am really pumped to say that this world is never going anywhere. I have it backed up in 5 different places, and that's actually not exaggerating. Let's just finish this walkway right here. I'm still missing Swift Sneak, which I have in an alternate universe. A universe that we will visit one day. I promise. But that is just not an avenue I want to bark down today. I want to start making strides toward the end game, and that is full automation and unlocking creative mode in survival. I have many fortresses planned already. I have factories planned. I have industrial things building in creative that are gonna absolutely revolutionize my time on this realm and anybody else who plays, because I just want to build the biggest and baddest things, and you can't do that without a massive industrial district. And I have stumbled across the perfect design, one that I'm designing myself, and I am super excited for that to make its debut. Oh gosh, these phantoms. I swear I turn them off every time and they turn back on. Alright. Just drop down. Good. Eat chicken. Good. Sleep. Even better. Well, that was a start. This has blown up twice now, so I am very leery about getting near it. You know what? I freaking hate creepers. So sick of this. I stood in front of it for 5 seconds. Half tempted not to fix this again. I've dreamed of this world for almost 3 years now. And after all this time, I'm still working on it and still progressing. And I can't wait 2 years down the road when it's all worth it and I have my dream in Minecraft. And for me, it's all about art. Minecraft is an art form to me. And I just want to build incredible things. I prefer to stick to survival. I guess it stimulates my brain a little bit better. because I burn out of creative world super quick. But this Minecraft world has stuck in my mind, in my dreams. I've literally actually had dreams about this Minecraft world, and it's just something that I need to complete if I'm ever to feel at peace. And even my partner understands that. It just feels like a bug under your skin and you just can't scratch it. And you just want it all to be done in the snap of a finger. But thankfully I'm learning how to break these big projects up into smaller sections, and it's making it completely more manageable. And hopefully in a year or two, when I have everything figured out, maybe this world will go somewhere. And even if it doesn't, I know I'm having a blast making every inch of it my space. As I've said, I'm no longer doing this for the YouTube views. If this takes off and leads to something for YouTube, fantastic. I've dreamed of being a YouTuber my entire life. I am recording this for posterity, for one, because this is all survival. Okay, I do bounce in creative and tweak some game rules like Phantoms off normally. Speaking of which, I am the owner of this ROM. Game rule. Fixed that crap. Hate Phantoms. Although I do love having a switch for Phantoms. And I plan on adding a command system into the realm where if you want them, you can have them. And if you don't want them, you can turn them off for a duration of time. You flip the switch and you'll get Phantoms again. That is something that I think is fantastic. I want to call it like a ritual thing. And once I complete my castle, I plan on implementing a witch's tower and having a witch control phantoms and control weather. The controls for all of that will be in her tower, and I'm super excited for all the lore that is about to be dropped. It's getting good. We are out of blocks again, no problema. We've got plenty more. I know I'm gonna need to find a couple more tough veins like that, but we will be fine. I didn't think that through. No longer access our stone cutter. And this ship is going to take a bunch of this, but that's okay. I am forever determined to mine whatever it takes to get this ship done. And truthfully, with that big vein, I was actually having fun challenging myself to see how big it was, and it just kept on going. And I know there are iron veins as well, and I think I'm gonna start looking for those so I can also get some of the iron ore. And why did I do that? It's gonna be double thick there, I guess. I remember releasing videos at this mob farm before I had any farms attached, and it's so surreal to be working on this scale today. Not today. This will be slabbed eventually. Oh my gosh, so this doesn't even need to be this block. Shh. I'm glad I just said that out loud, because I'm about to save myself a lot of extra blocks. Wow. I really almost wasted a ton of tough, and that would have not been good in my mind. I'd be very salty. Thankfully, we saved ourselves. We'll keep down what's down. No point crying over a little less than a third of a shulker. Let's light this up as well. Oh, stop it. Stop it. Light this up. Alright, let's go get our filler blocks. Why not sleep? I know phantoms are off now, but... Alright. So, we're down another shulker box of tough blocks, and I've got the upper deck completely filled out now. And I will admit, this has been the hardest I've struggled to record clips since I started this project. But I think these progress updates are gonna be the way I go. I finished the upper deck, and we're gonna finish filling out this ceiling here. And then I had to figure out a way for us to get up to this layer, and in a way that made sense for the game. So I struggled with ideas for a while, and then I decided I've been coming up using this staircase here. There was a staircase here, and it just needed to be moved over to the wall here. So I am now finishing the wall, and that is at least high enough that we can come back down here. Oop, oop. Add our landing. And our wall. For now. And just like that, we are now at our upper deck, which will have a wall here, a wall here, and then an entryway to the upper layers. This side we might do a mirror design, might not. I'm going to ignore that for now, and I'm gonna go put the ceiling in, because I think once I have that in, I'll have a lot more inspiration for how I want to continue this. But things are definitely coming along, and my goodness, this is taking up so many polished tough blocks. I definitely need to find some more pockets of this stuff. Alright guys, as expected, as I was finishing up the roof, I got plenty of ideas that are actually to do with the command room with which this episode is centered. I may have gotten a little bit sidetracked because I didn't quite know what I was gonna do with the command room, but after a quick sidetrack of filling in this upper deck here, I was going to fill this in with tough blocks like everything else, and then I thought, you know what? This is an airship. It's very likely they might need support from helicopters and other aircraft, so instead of making helicopters land on the airstrip, let's add a helipad up top here. So we're just going to make this square out of white quartz, and then we're going to make a nice H in the middle of it. And this will be a nice little addition to our aircraft carrier. And right now it's going to be a little bit 2D, although I do plan on actually raising it and detailing it a little bit later. That sounded directed at me. However, I don't see the offender. Yeah, something definitely sees me. I cannot see them. I do not like that. Also, I do apologize if the audio sounds different and the graphics are different. My game updated to vibrant visuals, which I am personally a fan of, and a not so good update is my microphone decided to quit its job. So I've been forced to use my phone to record audio and merge it into the footage. It's not ideal, but the quality is okay. I think it's better than my microphone towards the end there. My audio quality was suffering for a while, and I am fine using whatever methods I can right now to make content. I simply can't get a mic at the moment, and this is how things used to be done. It's how I started recording videos a long time ago, and it's good to go back to our roots sometimes. Now, I'm gonna finish up this helipad because this is a little bit bigger than I thought, but it is the same size as an iron golem farm. That's not enough. I didn't even bring enough. Oh, that did not work at all. Alright, our helipad is now complete, and I am super happy with this. This will do for now until I am ready to build a really fancy one as we finish the entire ship. This is good for now, and as I said, this was just a distraction to get inspired for the main control room. And it worked, as I said, rather well. I've got many ideas now for the control room, so let's head downstairs. Break down our wall that we said was temporary. And let's get out our building blocks. Let's put these stairs where they belong. Haste 2 does not mess around. And this is probably just going to become a wall. Like that. And this will become the hallway to the control room. And I guess once we get to here, we will leave a door. I'm going to complete this floor in here, and then I will bring you guys right back for the next step. I have a big debate to go over in my head because I just came up with an idea I'm not sure whether I'm going to go with or not. So as more inspiration hits, there is still plenty to do down here in the control room itself. So I will be right back because this floor needs filled in and this skeleton doesn't want us to do that. Or this creeper. But little do they know, I'm OP. Alright guys, so I finished putting in the command room floor, and I got a little lost on where I wanted to go from there. So I started adding some wireframing to block things out. I went and I looked at from the doghouse perspective, and I noticed that this whole thing is way too boxy. So I wanted to add a little bit more dimension. So I decided on this side to open it up, cut out the ceiling, and then this will be an outdoor patio that you can get to from the command room, and there's going to be one on this side as well. So we're going to go upstairs and create our balcony. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Alright, that's that final row done. And this owl can be destroyed like so. And now we have 2 outdoor areas, outdoor patios, on either side of the command room. Now, I had like that. Alright, it is really coming together in here, and like I said, we've got 2 patios and then an upper deck. This is the command room, and we are well making progress. So earlier in the episode we were debating about what to do with the interior of the command room, and goodness was I stumped for some time. I took the liberty of placing a layer of blocks around the perimeter, and this will be covered up in a step or two. So let's fill in our ceiling with the polished diorite that we decided on. As the music begins, let's make the Warship interior look nice. Alright, we've got our beautiful dingy white ceiling in, and that is the exact look I was going for. Now we are going to go get some dark oak trim, or some kind of dark trim that we can put around this to make it look like a interior. It was just left to get dirty for many years, and I want to try to figure out a good looking trim for this. I will see you guys in just a few seconds. I have been so torn, it's not even funny. Because I really love this polished andesite stairs. I love the gray contrast. It's not quite as light as the headliner, but it's not quite as dingy as the steel around it. I think that might be our winner. I was also dancing around the head of doing a nether brick themed interior. Maybe the captain is a fan of the nether, and then this black trim I think would look really cool, but it does look a bit out of place. I think for me what's selling the Warship the most for me is gonna be this polished andesite. I think I finally talked myself into it, so I'm gonna go gather up enough polished andesite to trim the command room. I hope 3 stacks in 3 is enough to make it, but that's all the andesite I have. Let's get as much done as we can. Oh, yeah, this is plenty. Just doing an outline. Not like we're filling everything in like we normally do. Whoop. Just over a stack was fine. Boop. Perfection. Okay. Now that we have the trim done, I am going to go get the glass ready, and we are going to start to do the interior. Alright guys, it's been a couple days, and I've got a little bit of an idea for the interior. I struggled on this one, guys. I think due to my lack of experience with warships, I had no idea what the inside of one remotely looked like. I knew what the outside looked like, and that's why it's been so easy up to this point. But I decided to go online and get a little bit of inspiration, and I'm super glad I did, because I think I settled on a design that I am rather happy with and cannot wait to put into survival. I have gathered our shulker box of things we need, and there's nothing left to do but finish the bridge, which, as everybody who has any knowledge of aircraft carriers, ships, and what have you, the command center of the ship is called the bridge, and I am so embarrassed that I forgot that. I should have known that. I should have known that. I should have known that. But it slipped my mind. So, welcome to the bridge. We'll get the black stained glass out of the way first. Doing 6. Nope. That's painful. That's why I made extra. Oh no. Clearly, I did not rebuild the melanin pumpkin farm correctly. We now have a clock going on. That's a problem for later me. And we're actually going to go up here and fill this bit in. It is going to have a 1 wide gap, and that is intentional to add depth, and that was 6. So much simpler. Alright, now we're going to switch over to our tinted glass. Tinted. And the middle of this is all gonna be tinted. Now, this difference is very microscopic. I almost wasn't going to put in the effort of getting the tinted glass. However, when you zoom out, it kind of makes it look like it has a bit of a parabola, like a curved windscreen should. So I wanted to have that little bit of a curve, and I'm actually really happy with how the shading works out here. And then let's add in our side windows, which are much clearer. But still a little dingy. Still had to have a little bit of a gray stain to it. And then this is gonna become the door for it. And that is how you get outside. Obviously, I made way too much glass, but I don't really care. It's all gonna go to use somewhere. I am short one block, but we have plenty of it, so let's go get some oak planks, and we can actually start laying down the dashboard of the bridge. That'll be plenty. So we are going 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Actually, I think we're gonna make an executive decision here and make it symmetrical. Now we add in random bits and bobs for computers. And let's go grab our other decorative materials, and we can really just start sending this because this build's got some interaction to it. Alright. Everything is coming together, and this is finally looking like the bridge I had envisioned. And this wall right here adds the finishing touches, and I must say I love what this wall does for this bridge. Everything looks perfect aside from the fact you can't see out of anything, but that is not my problem. I absolutely love how the computers turned out, and it's got a little bit of bits and bobs going on everywhere. Can't forget to add the buttons. And I think I want to include some levers as well. And I don't have any of those. I don't have any sticks on me. I love that you can do this now. Alright, the last thing I want to do is close this off and make it its own room. And we're just gonna add a wall like that. So I made a slight miscalculation with the door, but that works fine. I can just put it here, fill this in here. Alright, the last thing we need to do is add the doors. I think that's the right way. And it is done. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Warship Bridge. Let's add some chairs. I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. I certainly enjoyed making it, and I am so excited for the rest of the Warship. With the sun setting, I think this is the perfect place to end an episode. I will see you guys in the next one, and it will be a good one.